It's my favorite month, October. You know, it's witch season. I got my good witch t-shirt on. Whether I'm a good witch, I don't know. That's up to you to decide. I won't even self-proclaim that I'm good. I'll just say I am that I am. Welcome to the New Eurekan Poets Cafe online open mic. It's Thursday night, my favorite night of the week. So much has been going on. Yeah, hi, Nick. Oh, the withdrawn We're doing some retreat tonight. I feel really good, no headache. I got a little nap in before our open mic session tonight, so I'm feeling good. I can actually leave the lights on and not be like tearing. So much has been going on, man. What can I tell you? Beatniks night has been, it's been going good. I wanted to announce my next Beatniks artists, and I try to mix it, with our features and with a newcomer. But the newcomer for our next Beatniks night, and it's the first Wednesday of every month, is none other than Matthew Maroking. He has earned his slot as the newbie and the Beatniks night. But our features will be Bobby Sanchez and Marley, two spirit people. So that's going to be tremendous. And then returning from the live Beatniks is a Beatniks alum, violinist Luna Mooney. So Beatniks night is going to be lit in November. Yesterday, I performed for the 100 Hispanic women at the Glen Island Harbor, and that was lovely. Not that I identify as Hispanic. We're still, we're still growing with what name we are. But 100 Hispanic women, definitely a positive organization led by Nancy Genova, and it was really good. I rocked it. I was nervous too, because now like we're getting back open into the public doing performances. Not nervous. I was anxious. I was happily anxious. But I ripped. Got a little standing ovation, and then it was hosted by the incomparable Rina Valentin, who also happens to be my sorority sister of Omega Phi Beta. And then last night I was at the Botanical Gardens for their Hispanic Heritage event, and they were recognizing our Bronx Borough president, Ruben Diaz Jr. And my son went along with me. It was super, super cool. I had a good time. And today I was at Sheepshead Bay High School. So it was my first public high school appearance, and they were celebrating, Latino heritage, and they had like food in the cafeteria for the students. And I'm glad that, they had me perform before the food, because there was no way I could compete with the food. They were just like, do it, just get your raps over with. No, but they gave me love. They gave me love. I was dropping bars, and they'd be like, oh, that was nice. And I didn't know. I was like, maybe are they just doing this just because they want the food? But it was sweet. I want to shout out the teacher that brought me there, Miss Saint Just, who's an artist also, and Christopher Cajigas Chilo is a teacher there too, and he's a tremendous MC poet. And I was just like, behind masks, I wear my Bruja mask, so people know who I am. And he was like, "Yo, Bruja, you up in here?" I was like, "Yo, Chilo, what are you, a teacher here?" It was crazy. It was just so crazy. And speaking of my Bruja masks, I've been selling my Bruja masks, and they are selling well. And this is what they look like. They are $20, but it all goes to charity. My name is Caridad de la Luz. Caridad means charity. No, but it all does go for the good cause, because I'm still developing El Garaje in my backyard as an art, and wellness cultivation center. And it's no joke with the flooding and all the things I got a lot of repairs to do. And, so if you're interested in a Bruja mask, hit me up. Follow me, La Bruja NYC. And yeah, hit me up for one. It's Bruja season, baby. You don't want to be walking around not Brujalicious. You got to be Brujalicious with it. So we have a long list of open micers, and I'm changing things up. I did announce it last week. It's the first 20 that are secured to perform, and then everyone after that is going to be random. So I want to mix it up with, people that are in the chat, because I want to make sure that people stick around for the whole show. A lot of people just be dropping and leaving, or, I want people to come through. So I've been promised some people, even artists from Puerto Rico, to come into our chat to be, mixing it up with us, because the chat be lit here at the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. So, you got 3 to 4 minutes to do your thing. Don't wild out. It's not a personal concert. And let everybody know how to follow you. If you end early before that, let them know. If it's some new shit, you already know, tell us it's some new shit, and we all yell new shit, whether you hear it or not. We do say it. And if it's some old shit, that's cool too. Whatever shit it is, we will support you in that shit. If it's your first time ever, or if it's your first time like in 20 years, you've definitely regrown a cherry if you haven't performed in like a long time. So we will sing the Pop the Cherry song for you if you like. So yeah, those are the new things. Thursday night is all styles are welcome. So you're gonna see poetry, music, some comedy, and if there are no comics, I'll tell a joke or two. That's for sure. I was thinking, my parents got married on Halloween. That's one of the reasons why I call myself La Bruja, not the only reason. But I was always, a witchy little thing, very curious. I remember when I first saw somebody breastfeeding, I saw a lady breastfeeding, and I asked my mother, I was like, what is she doing? And she was like, she's giving the baby milk. I was like, does the other one have juice? I was like, damn, because if she's giving out milk, she must have juice in there. And that was like, that's true. So wanted to share that. I want to also thank our sponsors: National Endowments for the Arts, Council on the Arts, New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, Amazon Literary Partnership, New York Community Trust. And if you would like to make a donation, visit neweurekan.org/contribute. It all goes to a good cause. I'm a board member now. I'm so excited about that, trying to make some positive changes and, make sure that we keep this house that our New Eurekan founding fathers and mother built for all of us open and safe and welcoming. So that's what I got to say for tonight. I'm not going to share any poetry. We're already 8 minutes in. I don't want to take any more time up. We have Abraham Kamani up first, Jeff Cottrell, Generalissimo Brian Franco, Elizabeth Strauss, Nicholas Correa, Deadpan Lizzie, and The Withdrawn, and the list goes on and on. So let's see what's good. Yeah, Unmesh is on it. Yep. Woohoo! Let's see if we could just unmute everybody, because I always like. Yeah.
Hey.
Yo, what's going on?
How's it going?
Cheers back.
What's
Yeah.
the vibe?
Again.
You heard?
Cool.
Hey, Joski.
Love. Bill Elkins got that microphone, baby. Damn.
Hey, hello.
He like overpowers everybody.
Oh my God.
All right. Hey, Anthony. Yes,
Hey.
you're on the list too. Okay, I shall mute you now. Oh, with John's eating a sandwich. What kind of sandwich is it? Amanda La Tormenta is asking, mind if I wild out? Would I mind if you wild out? I doubt it. Nah, I'm down for it. I'm down for whatever. Anything goes. Thursday night, we're going to open up with Abraham Kamani. Yeah.
Hey, Bruja, how's it going?
Two sessions in a row, you're first.
Luck has it, right? Anyways, I'm going to just get straight to it. I got 3 for you. 2 of them are fairly short, so it'll be done in less than 4 minutes or less. All right, this one is called Life Cycles. Mother tells Earth to make some room in the universe for a baby in your room. Caterpillar coming soon on any given day. Build a cocoon safe for him to stay until he mature into a butterfly with wings secured to reach the sky. Above the clouds, high like airplanes, land on sounds of lovely foreign names, eager to broaden his pretty narrow scope in every garden across your globe. Eat a flower from the hand of nature, give him power to become a co-creator with a mate of his own to reproduce offspring so great only to be cut loose, once fully grown with the means to survive, away from home as they travel worldwide, become so wise in making preparations to repeat life cycles for generations before parting ways with you the very minute death happily pays them a timely visit. And this one is like a 15-second micro poem. It's called Oral Sex on Open Mics. Erotica poetry is when voyeurs watch exhibitionists perform oral sex on open mics with the tips of their tongues, ejaculating secretions from pages onto physical and virtual stages with mouths open to swallow pleasure. All right. And last piece, it's called Born Again Virgin. At 8:30 a.m. on Thursday, September 9th, 2021, I left you behind in Kenya, not knowing for certain if we will ever be reunited in this lifetime, when I took a flight to the altar of abstinence. After 13 years of having great marital sex, I reluctantly declared to be a new born-again virgin, converting to celibacy at the apex of my sexual prime, practicing a sexless religion that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever to me, the man who proudly fathered your 2 sons, 2 daughters, ranging from ages 2 to 12, getting used to living in a one-parent household. I dare not say single, because I will not divorce you, the first and only woman I will ever adore, whose heart, mind, body, soul, I had the pleasure to delve inside head first, like an Olympian swimming for gold in your pool for intense sessions of holistic intercourse. At the table of holy matrimony, we enjoyed our supper, consisting of whole grain, broken breaded genitals. 2 flesh came as one in sacred communion, brewed up a storm of erotica in our shrine, poured out sexaholic beverages under the cover as an offering, swallowed up like vitamins and minerals, drunk ourselves into a stupor off this potent fusion of our secretions, untamed scriptures so wildly divine, solidly ingrained in my psyche for life. Though I am presently far away from the wetlands of your well-rounded Heavenly Temple Baptist Church, I cherish the memories of you moaning to the beat of my pastoral sermons, taking you for a slippery ride down my rocky road, shaking the bedstands, thrust you at different angles and speeds until you squirt, as I sung your praises, worshiped at your feet, for hydrating my throat from your overflowing well. Now I faithfully suffer long in this California drought. Out of love for you, I will be the best born-again virgin husband you can ever ask for, because I am not willing to eternally burn in hell behind drinking from another cistern to moisten my dry mouth. Adultery may be one of the multiple choice answers on this test, but only fidelity will defeat the flesh in the spiritual war. End of the pieces.
Ew, Anthony. Abraham. I'm writing a list down here. Abraham Kamani, damn. Yo, does your wife listen to you? Does she listen to these pieces?
I haven't shared it with her yet. I just wrote it.
What? You're sharing it with all of us?
It's a long story. It's a long story.
No, I think you would definitely get some cooch. You would definitely get some across the seas cooch for that.
Yeah, on WhatsApp.
All right, Abraham Kamani. Thank you. Let everybody know how to follow you. Put it in the chat. And now we're going to go with Jeff Cottrell. Keep it up. Good husband all the way across the seas. Loyal and loving. My goodness. Here we go. Jeff.
Great. Hey.
Are you with us?
I'm with you.
You're not alone, I see.
Okay. So I have new shit. So do the new shit thing.
No shit.
New shit. So I did something that's probably new to poetry and also extremely lazy. I did a clip show. So this is a clip show poem. I sat down to write a new poem, but wasn't sure where it was going. I was working with a budget that was limited, so my original creativity was being inhibited. To cut costs, I decided to use bits of past stuff and patch it together, and that would be enough. The poem itself did not have to be any good. I had to be merely as adequate as I could. And I thought about the day I met that guy, Adequate Man. Adequate Man. Adequate Man. Tremble before the powers of Adequate Man. His 20/20 vision, his average physical strength, his ability to melt steel with the help of welding equipment, his bachelor's degree in environmental studies, his office data entry job, the force of which has allowed him to pay off part of his student loan. Yeah, that's quite a memory, wouldn't you say? As I wrote this poem, I got a bit distracted. I got up from my chair and my knee, I smacked it on my chest of drawers. Ow, I did moan. And I remembered that many accidents happen in the home, especially when people use their appliances all wrong and they hurt themselves and then scream loud and long. That's why these gadgets need to come with instructions to stop owners from suffering cuts and bruises and concussions. And I thought about the time I saw those safety instructions for that microwave oven. Microwave oven. Microwave oven. Do not bring your Darwina microwave oven into the shower or bathtub with you. Do not lift your Darwina microwave oven in the air and strike it upon your head repeatedly. This has been known to cause injury. Do not stand under a falling Darwina microwave oven after it has been dropped from a tall building. Do not place your Darwina microwave oven in a catapult and then have someone release the catapult while you are standing within the oven's flight path. This can be rather dangerous. Do not use your Darwina microwave oven as an ear piercing tool or for home dentistry. Yeah, that's quite a memory, wouldn't you say? I was wondering what pieces I should excerpt from next. Maybe that controversial love letter that gets people vexed. But suddenly the network gave me a call and told me I didn't have to use my own writing at all. Many classic poets, they said, are in the public domain, and surely borrowing from them would be a huge gain. A lot of their works are full of timeless themes and would be a perfect way to fix this poem seems. And I thought about the timeless art I once saw on that Grecian urn. Grecian urn, Grecian urn. Heard melodies are sweet, but those unheard are sweeter. Therefore, ye soft pipes, play on, not to the sensual ear, but more endeared, pipe to the spirit ditties of no tone. Fair youth, beneath the trees, thou canst not leave thy song, nor ever can those trees be bare. Yeah, that's quite a memory, wouldn't you say? So I hope you've had fun tonight, and I hope you'll tune in next week for another poem that'll be awesome and boomin'. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen. This poem was brought to you by Bargain Jimmy's Chicken Nuggets. Bargain Jimmy's, serving you and your family prime chicken nugget goodness since 1953. And by Gross Brooder Cola. That cool, refreshing taste. So that was the clip show poem.
Jeff Cottrell, your mind is a labyrinth. Can you poke the pinky for us? We want to see.
Oh, okay. You don't believe it's real. Oh.
Wait. No, I was on the screen. You got to do it again. Let me stay quiet.
You got to pay attention. See? It's a real blanket. It's just a blanket.
It's not just a blanket at this point.
I should point out, I have a feature coming up on October 30th. I'm Brownstone Poets. And really, that's a very short commute from the New Eurekan. So really, you don't have any excuse. So
no excuse.
Exactly.
Jeff Cottrell, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, the withdrawn said he expected to see you in undies.
Well, close.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you so much. Always a pleasure to hear you. Follow Jeff Cottrell, jeffcottrell.com. The no excuse to not see him. And now let's go with Generalissimo Brian Franco.
Hello.
Hi.
You know, you put me between Cottrell and Lizzie, and that's like putting a piece of bologna between a fancy French croissant. I don't know.
Oh,
I'm the bologna and they're the fancy French croissant. So I have two new poems. The first I wrote this afternoon, so it's I'm reading it out of a notebook.
So
How to be led.
Wait a minute. So it's everybody got to say new shit. Okay, sorry.
Called How to Be Labeled a Modern Sophisticated Poet. 1, write a poem with an epigram or epigraph and pretend you know the difference between the two. Always credit the author. Find a way to relate something totally unrelatable to those words, as if you are channeling someone you never knew, or maybe they were channeling future you. 2, mythology is a holy grail. Greek, Roman, Egyptian, Indian, even the Torah, Talmud, or Bible, referencing the characters and their faults and foibles makes anyone sound learned. 3, write a form poem like a sonnet, villanelle, or pantoum, then tell everyone how hard it was to follow the rules when everyone knows you love having rules to follow. 3, use words from crossword puzzles like oleo instead of margarine. Or write a poem organically. Your epigram might be a quote in the middle of a poem. You might slide in Mercury delivering yellow roses to your dead mother from your dead father on her first birthday after her death. Or you might explain how it was a mistake to borrow that ladder from Jacob. You could spread a little bluebonnet on burnt Wonder Bread toast. And then all the millennials will have to Google bluebonnet, margarine, and Wonder Bread. You might realize that what is sophisticated is up to each individual reader of a poem. And counting syllables and exacting rhyme schemes might only form a migraine instead of the poem you set out to write. And then I have one more poem, which I wrote earlier this week. It's called Once, Twice, Three Times a Gumbo. There's this thing about how we eat certain Southern foods, what we eat them with, how we combine them on our forks and in our spoons before we eat them is as personally proprietary as how we load our dishwashers. My father made his famous gumbo only 3 times on the Saturdays after his son's bar mitzvahs. There'd be an afternoon party at our 305 Fernhill Court home, usually in conjunction with an Alabama football game. Dad started cooking the gumbo early in the morning. We all pitched in. We chopped fresh onions, celery, okra, and a few other veggies. There were beautiful, plump, fresh-caught Gulf shrimp he got from his shrimp guy and live crabs from a crab guy. The cooked crabs were broken apart just before serving. I remember him making a roux. He had special spices he bought from a Cajun butcher shop on the outskirts of New Orleans on the causeway along Lake Pontchartrain. The rice was Mahatma brand brown rice, cooked in chicken broth, placed on a large baking pan under the ceiling fan atop the butcher block island in the center of the kitchen to let it air out and cool off before fluffing it, then putting it in the oven till it was just warm enough for serving. A Japanese American friend once explained how the art of sushi rice making requires fanning the rice. When I told him about Dad's gumbo rice, he burst out laughing. The rice was spooned into a bowl and topped with crab pieces and gumbo. The thick, soupy liquid would slide between the grains of rice. When you dipped your spoon into this delectable Creole stew, and it penetrated the rice like a shovel hitting a treasure chest, you knew something visceral would happen when the spoon entered your mouth. Thank you.
Generalissimo Brian Franco. Your poetry is so delicious. You always make me hungry. So crazy. Great new shit. Thank you, Generalissimo. Delicious. And when you're in New York, we have to go eat together. Your passion for food is just...
Well, I want to go find some, you need to take me to some really good places in the Bronx. That's what I want to do.
Ooh, and I'm a foodie. Don't get it twisted. I have my haunts. I have my haunts.
I know. Okay, don't forget, next Monday is another Cafe Generalissimo. Just starts at 5:30. We start reading at 5:45. So come early, come late. Leave early, leave late, and just don't bring hate. Thank you very much, everyone.
Sweet. Thank you, Brian. That was great. Okay, now we're gonna go with Deadpan Lizzie. So I put the people in the chat who's on, who are on the list. If you're in the chat and you want to make it on, start wooing me in the chat. Let me know what's good, and I'll put your name in my hat, and I'm gonna pick it out. But let's go now with Deadpan Lizzie.
Good to see you, Brew.
Hey.
Well. Good to see you. I have to say something before I spit my poem. I'm working on a major deal right now. If the attorney calls me, I have to stop reading and turn my mic and camera off and have to pick the phone up. So I apologize in advance if I just stop. I'm waiting for a very important phone call. Having said that, I have new shit, a thesis poem. So if you want to do the new shit thing, you can.
No shit. Okay.
It's called Pings. A muscle my body needed to rest publicly for some time. The pain became excruciating. My blood boiling faster than lava. My eyes itchier than ant bites. A time for healing, a time to create, a time to figure it all out. They say when you reach this decade 30, you stop caring what others think. They're correct. Not necessarily when the clock strikes midnight, nor your birth time, but somewhere in the 365 days you live this year of the decade, it slowly begins to fall away. The urge to please, perfectionism, millennialism, the exhaustion of running your mouth, checking your devices, no longer craving it. Unless the attorney pings you, you fucking pick the phone up. Not caring about pleasing people, except for the attorneys. Doing honest work, not virtue signaling, real activism, pounding the pavement, having the intense conversations with colleagues until the attorney calls. And your stomach begins to loop in circles like the US cycling team in practice, as sweat covers your phone, dripping into the keys of your new Mac. You hang up, continue the hard conversations, perhaps slowly educating the less progressive, standing by with bated breath, a strong, independent person taking the world on one anxious US cycling team stomach loop after loop, until the ping comes through again, with either words that coat like Pepto-Bismol or hot sauce. It's just probability. Thank you.
Deadpan Lizzie. I'm glad you got it out and you didn't have to run, but it's so cool that you're on call. May it all go well for you. Thank you for sharing always. Big power moves, Deadpan Lizard.
Thank you.
Okay. Now let's go with the withdrawn Nicholas Correa, who was eating a sandwich.
What's good, bro?
What it do? What it do? What's good with you?
How you feeling? I'm good. I'm good. My voice sounds okay because my mic be cutting out and like it deepens my voice. I sound like me.
Yeah, you sound like you.
All right, cool.
No cutting off. It sounds good. We're ready. We're here for it.
All right. This piece is called. Oh, my fault. I fucked up. All right. Cocktober 2021. Here we are. Spooky season has arrived. My apologies that you've been the withdrawn deprived, but I'll be yours tonight. Kill that pussy and make this shit a straight stormicide. Swear you can smell the thirst seeping from my pores and I. Bet all the bread, if I had your head, I would reshape your jaw, all right? No more trying to hide this mutual motherfucking mortify. Geek Squad agrees, an apartment in the Bronx will be the best buy. On your face, I will leave the best bite. Be living my best life cause pussy feels like that new Mustang test drive. All the time. We'll call you little cutie, but I think I might settle for my little petty pie. Love looking at you and saying hi. Get what I'm saying, right? No need to excuse my French when in France we could fuck in front of the president's eyes. Have him fry. Make the public cry. Escape the world. I don't know where you can go, but inside that ass is where I can hide. We can go to the bar to shed some tears and light. Drink Coronas with lime. Laugh about a nasty ass beanie with lice while sipping on the Long Island ice. Somewhere between conserve your energy and fuck it, fam. I'm done being nice. I don't need a dime. Just a piece of her mind. So I can sculpt her throat to fit my mold, have it looking so art defined. Nymph Vember and double December is what it's looking like. But inspired Thanksgiving and Christmas, I definitely can't even lie. Don't sigh. As this poem reached its retirement, I give you all a high five and a wishful good night. Now go off to get some booty and let me be your reason why. Thank you.
Oh, October. Lick or leak.
I love you, man. I love all of y'all so much. Thank you.
You brought the fire. Oh my goodness. All the nymphomaniacs are pleased. Thank you. The withdrawn Nicholas Correa. Be whipping you with the Correa of the tongue. Lovely. Thank you. Mwah. I know about that Mustang. You already know.
All the time.
All the time, baby. All right. Thank you. Okay, we're going to go now to Joski C. Our conscious guitar strumming, peace loving, just overall beautiful human being. Where are you at, Joski?
Hey, Bruja. Hola.
Hola, Joski.
Coming through?
Coming through.
Wonderful. It's wonderful to see you. I have a haiku and a poem. First, the haiku. Cannot tolerate inane, babbling craziness calling itself wise. So, I'd like to revisit a song on the occasion of my sister Karen's birthday, which is today. And Karen was wonderful. She was just incredible. I could fill the night with superlatives and stories. But Karen drove a school bus for many decades, and she was a labor organizer, and she spoke truth to power. There was not a racist bone in her body. Her name is Karen, so I just want to emphasize that. And this song is called Late Bus. Pain in the neck, pain in the ass, cover it up with a joke and a laugh. All of that toot, all of that sass, you found a way to make everyone laugh. I feel like a child, alone after school, waiting for the late bus. And who's gonna bring us home now? Who's gonna bring us home now? Who's gonna bring us home now? The world needs some makeup, laughter's your paint. In spite of the Catholics, we ain't no saints. And what will be said in your epitaph? You gave us all love and you made us all laugh. I feel like a child alone after school, waiting for the late bus. And who's gonna bring us home now? Who's gonna bring us home now? Who's gonna bring us home now?
Happy birthday to Karen in heaven.
Thank you for sharing the space and allowing me to honor my sister. I appreciate it deeply.
Joski, you're just the sweetest soul. And I know that she's smiling down. I know that song reached all the way up there. It reached all of our hearts. And yeah, you're just the best.
Thank you, Bruja. Much love to you.
Much love. And send love to the family too, because man, you have such a beautiful family. I love all of you guys.
I surely will, my sister.
Okay. Joski. So sweet. Okay, Thomas Connor is up next. Let's see what's good with the martial artist with the lyrics.
What's going on? Y'all know
Hey.
we're gonna let that up, bro. Y'all not gonna let that go, huh? It's all good though. It's all good. I'm always in peace though. Always in peace. Always in peace.
I mean, you know, I do want to, I of course I'm curious and want to see, you know, the warrior side, but you know.
You will. I got some training coming up and my instructor loves to highlight on video. So motherfucking motherfucker. I got his ass though. Anyway. It's all right, it's all good. Today I'm gonna, as always, honor my parents. And this one is about my father. I don't know if I spit it here before last week, but I'm gonna spit it again because I've been feeling his presence lately. Papi. Voice of seven worlds, face of three hues, pop, polygot mestizo. Barely 7 when I learned of his strength. I loved when he carried me. Whispers of Pops loves you in every hug. His accent thick like Yautia y Yuca. The grooves in his hands, sounds of his claps. His palms kept the cadence of our home. Hands running in rhythms, they hummed. Snaps in his fingers, callous and scarred, they told his story. Hard, bare knuckle, buckling chins just for respect. Plagued by rage uncentered, he held the voice of 7 worlds. Face of 3 hues, pop, polygot mestizo. Second to be birthed, one died before him. Abuelito was present, but not really there. Not really here, really not anywhere. Pop held the reins, rode into adulthood. It came too fast for him. Pacifying pain with jazz and a glass of gin. Maturity often too vast for him. He drank his pain in liters of gin. Women came easy to him, yet often alone, often no home, remained vagabond until mom gave him a home. End poem.
Thomas Connor, Ode to Your Papi. Beautiful, pacifying the pain. That was profound. Thank you so much for sharing. Mucho amor para ti.
Muchas gracias, paz y amor.
Yes, ahora y siempre.
Por siempre.
Connor, delivering the goods. Okay. Rosalind Diaz through her big brown eyes.
Hey.
Hi.
So I'm gonna get right to it. I'm gonna try to do as many pieces as I can. I've been writing them nice and short. This first one is called Journey, and it goes like this. I'm learning to pack light. I'm learning that the weight of my luggage now leaves more room for souvenirs. I'm learning to let the excitement of the destination be bigger than my fears. I vacation different now. Not worried about where I've been, just looking forward to where I'm going. That's the first one. Second one is called Disarmed. This one's in my book coming this December. And it goes like this. Sometimes I detonate like her, words dropping like bombs with utter disregard for anything or anyone in close proximity. I've now accepted the reality that just ain't me anymore. Not sure if it ever truly was. The better part of me is soft, like rose petals, like wine, better with time. Mother and Abuela got the name right back in 1989. My last one is called Goodbye. I'm sorry, New Skin, and it goes like this. Goodbye to all parts of me. Nostalgia hits, picking up pieces of dead skin with your names written on them. I'm in a trance, watching bits go slowly down the drain as I undergo metamorphosis. Is there such thing as grower's guilt? I cannot apologize for my aim, and I can't afford to carry dead weight. Still, my heart is heavy as I wave and welcome my new skin. End poem.
Woo! Rosalind brought the fire tonight. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you.
Look out for my book coming in December. Lady Lotus.
Yes, boo. Do that shit. That was great. Thank you. Thank you, Roz. I got a flashback of watching you read inside of the Boogie Down Grind Cafe real quick. How far
where it all started.
Yes. Mwah.
Okay, I'm done. Love you.
Okay. Woo! Who's that girl? Okay, Trav the Poet is up next. Let's see what's good with Trav.
Hello, hello. What's good?
Welcome back.
I'm going to do my third single. I would do it with the beat, but I realized I probably would need to hook it up to like a speaker with a microphone, because if you do it just playing like from my phone while I speak into the mic, Zoom mutes out the background. So next time I do a track, I'll just hook up my speaker. So this one is called Succeed, and if y'all like it, then you get your motivation to check it out and see how it actually sounds. So who you are is miraculous. Your formation and amalgamation of time, chance, sexual circumstance, and a divine chant of yes. As the angels dance to the idea of what you can be if you find your identity. You face odds, even the most addicted Powerball, Mega Millions, number runner wouldn't scratch, not risking the wager. The competition from sperm brothers and sisters, 40 million to 1.2 billion, fighting, bumping, swimming ahead, avoiding white blood cells, one of them foreign invaders dead, finally reaching the destination selected by the egg for fertilization. From a zygote to embryonic development, cellular division adds to your embellishment. Organs begin to form, a heart that beats. It's the first of many systems before you become a fetus. The journey's rough, especially the first trimester. You survive miscarriage and effective astral pressures on your mother as she vomits and feels sickening. You give hope as you flutter. She feeds you quickening more motivation to bring you from her womb to this world. She loved you before she knew you'd be a boy or girl. Now you're born, transition from fetus to babe, complete, new beginning, special creation, your mold elite. Instructions encoded in DNA, chosen purpose, decoded through self-discovery on the earth's surface. Destined from contributions spawned from unique dreams from your inception. You've been a winner. You can succeed. Success gives meaning to the dash between the numbers on your headstone. Obituary solemn cliff notes of the prose denoting the life we chose. What is success? Is it progress? Seeing on a dream once deemed deferred? Or achieving status in the sight of the herd? Who didn't believe, mocking you is absurd. Life and success walk hand in hand over the sands of time, enchanting the plans of man. Money is the fuel that drives many. Accumulation of goods supplies plenty to go extra miles and speed on this journey. We even pass consistency and patience in a hurry. Anxious for attention, fortune, and fame. Lusting for power over a good name. But with fame comes a million voices in your head. Fake friends, fanatics, fickle fans, trolls want you dead. Phones forcing your face for selfies. While paparazzi blitz at top speed, swarming like kamikaze. And money stacks attract a fresh batch of attacks from family and randoms ready to break your back. With the way of their problems, pressure to fix with cash. No matter what you do for them, they're ready to bash. Instead, pursue happiness, liberty in life from a greater power than Jefferson's pen could write. Accomplish goals with purpose, intimate selection. The God's prize purchase in him, you are perfection. Now prosperity can be had with no sorrow. Be a lender with joy, a giver and a having a borrow. And that's it to the community. Leave a legacy, immortalize a heavenly pedigree. You can succeed. Every person you meet is a collection of short stories containing volumes of knowledge, wisdom, victories, and defeats. If you read the right ones, discerning attributes to advance within and discard those without merit, you'll be learning. Staring at a library of experiences, anthologies of communal anthropology, the study of folks here and after, sandwiched between generations. Gems get gifted, intellectual heirlooms, investments for familial stability, extending to the children's children in trust, last will and testament, ensuring a life of multiplied successfulness. Fruit of your labor, reward granted, for being committed to your business, full of busyness, avoiding the busy mess. The keys to success blend like a chord, then mesh majorly with minors to go forward. Happiness and positivity, the melody, the bass set with responsible accountability, solo notes of journeys of self-care, be stress-free, rich repeat feats of perseverance and resiliency. Beautiful music can be made, just stay on key. Practice your instrument properly, you can succeed. Thank you.
Trav the Poet. Woo! I'm so glad you did it a cappella or Acapulco style, you know what I mean? That was so good because we got to really savor the words. Thank you so much, Trav. You killed it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Lovely. Okay, now let's go all the way to India and hear from Unmesh Mohikar.
Hey, La Bruja. Hello, hello.
Hello. We have a big mountain behind you today.
Yes, yes. Mountain of opportunity. Okay, here we go. Sitting on the sofa, looking through the window, dotted building at the horizon, ruminating on the past, mistakes, blunders, lapses, faults, not one which I repent upon. Every misstep taught me something. Your today is sum total of mistakes you have committed and the lessons you have failed to learn. Many a times, broken, torn, future bleak, past hopeless, want to run away, hide. Search, experiment, dare, find your yearning, what you love the most. Road difficult, ignore the taunts, the barbs. For once, be fair to yourself. For once, live for yourself. Experience the joy, the freedom, abyss of despair will disappear. Ecstatic you, breaking barriers, immersed in your art. No money or recognition can bring you this thrill, this calm. Vast green expanse, cool breeze opens another dimension. Caught up in my own cocoon, my silky thread of pain, entangled, entrapped, too dark, Let me look out, green mountains, lonely bee finding nectar. Let's look after our mind, unleash, smile, let's unmesh. And this is the last one. Banished from your heart, punishment or release. Treated like nothing, out of the void, here I stand. New beginning, new resolve. They excluded, isolated me. And I embraced the word. They laughed at me, hurt, sad, depressed. I decided to smile, and the universe twinkled at me, and the universe twinkled at me. Thank you, thank you.
Unmesh Mohitkar. Oh man, that banishment piece. Oh wow, I felt that. Thank you so much. Always great to hear you. Love it.
Thanks, La Brua. Thanks, everyone. You are my energy, my spirit. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Everybody loves you. Look at it. Thank you, Unmesh. And I know you got your open mic and you're doing great things. Follow Unmesh Mohitkar. All right. Bill Elkins is next. Unmute, Bill, with that mega microphone.
Hi, everybody. I've got some new stuff tonight.
Ooh, you don't say new shit, you say new stuff, but I'll say it for you. New shit.
Okay. New shit. Anyway, it's a song that I wrote a couple weeks ago. My significant other's sister, who resides in Manila, Philippines, passed away. And this woman was, she was 72 years old when she died, but she was born retarded and mildly retarded, but then about 8 years ago she suffered a severe stroke and she was basically not much more than a vegetable. So anyway, we had the memorial over the weekend, both across 2 continents, and I was asked to write a song, and this is it. The name of it is Bia and Her Brown Butterfly. Now, a lot of Filipinos believe that when somebody dies and they see a brown butterfly after that person dies, that it means that they're in a better place. So, anyway, whatever that means to whatever. This is the song. Hope you like it. La 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 la. Excuse me. La 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 la. La 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 la. We love you, Bia. We miss you so. Bia, your life was filled with loneliness and pain. A life for you most unfair. But your brown butterfly appeared after you died, telling us you're now in a better place forevermore. You're now in a better place. Whatever the truth may be, this cruel world for you is now history. You're in a better place forevermore. You're now in a better place. La 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 la. We love you, Bia. We miss you so. you we were saddened by your illness and your death, but your chronic pain is finally gone. We miss you deeply, dear, but your brown butterfly did appear. You're in a better place forevermore. You're now in a better place. We celebrate loving you and regret your life's vicissitude. You're in a better place forevermore. You're now in a better place. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. We love you, Bia. We miss you so. Thank you.
Beautiful, Bill Elkins. So
Kind of couldn't find the tune to start off with, but I guess I found it in the end.
Yes,
Thank you.
You did. Yes, you did. And Bia now has her butterfly wings. Thank you so much, Bill. You're a sweetie. Bless your heart and bless her spirit.
Thank you.
Okay, Tanish. Let's see what's good with Tanish. Tanish already purchased her Bruja mask. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm excited to get it and show it off. La Bruja. And I'll be channeling your spirit when I wear it too.
I will. I'm gonna sage it and put a little bit of oil on it. Some nice, maybe some lavender. I'll choose which oil so that you really, so that you really, really feel it. Okay. Thank you so much.
So I thought I would just continue with this Runaway Soul, and to recap, I'll just do like a short recap before I get into it. It is called What If We Lose? And the introduction is this lamp that has it's really old, and it sort of absorbed all of the lives of its previous owners. And this person one day is like, whoa, what's going on? And sort of is like haunted by their lives. And then we've got Runaway Soul, and Rosemary is looking around for her soul and meets this man who turns out to not be so helpful. So they're in the middle of a conversation, and I'll just read the last paragraph. Let me see if one makes sense. Right. Yeah. No. It didn't say what it wanted, but it went with purpose. That I could see for sure. So he's seen the soul, and Rosemary's asking about it. So this is where it picks up. Directly into the darkness, smaller, smaller, until it disappeared. He's brought his right hand flat to his forehead and directed his gaze behind them along the road that trailed off into the distance. His left hand used the shovel for support like a cane. I need to find it. What can we do? She could feel her heart beating, but knew it wasn't in her chest. It was terrifying. Who's we? Me and my love, he's trapped in there. Rosemary was shrieking at this point. Well, where are you? I'm here in the world. I'm here talking with you, but, well, how come I can see your soul, And your love's in there. Is he tiny? If I'm to believe all that, you have to sell me on it. Sorry. I'd like to help, so convince me. 1 hour of discussion, including a slideshow presentation with a clear, reproducible ethical methodology and real-world analysis and application later. I don't have time for this. I need to find it. I wish you well. Bye. Rosemary had had enough of this and felt weaker. She had clung to that hope, but the rope was all but unbraided now, unraveled like her mound of rules. She wrapped herself up in the excitement and validation he gave her to bandage the hole Her soul left, and now he was the very one whose finger poked through the gauze there, reminding her of the absence. Good luck, he said cheerfully. What you had was really good. I just had a few critiques, words, music. He snaps his thumb and middle finger at the revelation. That's right, it's your fidget. You seemed a little anxious, and I know you've been dealing with that, but I'm going to have to dock you for it. It just occurred to Rosemary he could have been a professor. Where was all this coming from? Anxiety? What exactly did he know, and what was he just guessing about? His voice was cheerful, shallow, hand gestures mechanical, still with the twig of hay in his teeth. For what purpose, it was still unclear. Maybe it would disorient him if she spoke another language. He was already too close, prodding at her loneliness, acting like he had every right to. She needed rest and distance. No me sentía ansiosa. Qué absurdo. Me sentía muy en cargo de mis palabras y creencia. No entiendo. Lo que me acuerdo yo es estar cómoda de hablar del tema. Quizás no tengas razón. A few hours in, and Rosemary is arguing with what's his name in Spanish. Ah, pero shit, he also speaks Spanish. Ciao. In reality, she didn't stay long enough to find out whether he did speak Spanish because her leaving cut him off. But for her, the fright of the possibility of it sent electricity shooting through her body as if squawking, "Leave now." The shriek was loud and angry and successive like a murder of crows at mealtime. Leave now, leave now, leave now. It was harassing her now, almost mockingly. Suerte, he called, then muttered a barely audible yeesh moron. She heard it and concluded asshole. Over her breath, as if in a frequency meant for his ears alone. As she walked on, back facing him, she repeated it in her mind, asshole, a few times, directing it behind her so that it would linger longer, waft in his hair, in his hair. Rosemary wanted him to understand the hurt he'd caused her, her softest centers, but she knew if she'd stayed to explain, he wouldn't hear her, even if he were to listen. That's just how it was with her in these situations. Thanks, guys.
Tanish, honey lung. Wow. Poking at the gauze. Right? Everybody's invested. Trav, Joski C, Anthony. Thank you so much. Keep it going. That prose is flowing. And thank you again for supporting. Beautiful. What a sweet tone. And then the bilingualness. Ooh, you know I love me that. Okay. Who's up next here? Ay, Dios mío, me perdí. Me perdí. Who's next? Who's next? Here we go. Of course, it's test talk time. Profesor Tesosomok, ¿cómo estás?
There.
Yes.
Is your bruja lung working today?
I think so.
All right, so you're welcome to unmute and jump in if you feel comfortable. It's a song you know. Sueños forjé en mis noches de infancia. Mi primera ilusión y mis cuitas de amor son recuerdos del alma. Una tarde me fui hacia extraña nación, pues lo quiso el destino. Pero mi corazón se quedó frente al mar en mi viejo San Juan. Adiós, adiós, Borinque querida, tierra de mi amor. Adiós, adiós, mi diosa del mar, mi reina del palmar. Me voy, pero un día volveré a buscar mi querer, a soñar otra vez en mi viejo San Juan. Pero el tiempo pasó y el destino burló mi terrible nostalgia y no pude volver al San Juan que yo amé, pedacito de mi patria. Mi cabello blanqueó y mi vida se va, a la muerte me llama y no quiero morir alejado de ti. Puerto Rico del alma. Adiós, adiós, Borinque querida, tierra de mi amor. Adiós, adiós, mi diosa del mar, mi reina del palmar. Me voy, pero un día volveré a buscar mi querer, a soñar otra vez en mi viejo San Juan.
Gracias, profesor. Esa canción siempre me recuerda a mi abuelita. My abuelita sings that to me. And you know, right now, Puerto Rico is suffering from these blackouts. It's purposeful. It's just, thank you so much for singing that song.
I wish you would have jumped in. You know it.
I know, but then if I jump in, I would cut you off, and then I just wanted to hear you too.
So what? It's good. It's all good.
Ya me voy.
La, da, 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 da.
Gracias. De eso somos el profesor. Apple for teacher. Thank you. All right. We heard from Honey Lung. Now let's go to Queen Thunderlung, the one and only Ray Jane.
Hey.
Hey.
What's up? How you doing?
Doing good. How are you doing?
I'm all right. Maintaining, you know?
Yeah.
I got 3 shorties for you guys. Sending everybody some warmth, especially for those of you who may not be feeling so warm. The first one is called Sometimes I Cry Outside. I am grateful for my grass, generous in allowing me to place my bare feet in its hair, cry my salt back into the earth while begging it to forgive me, daring to come to the land, asking, pleading for healing. Rolling pain racks this body again. I cry to the trees, hoping their bustling, healing webs below might tip to the surface for me. Send some of that reconstructive fungal energy. I leave my feet on the grass for some time. The wind, listening always, picks me up around me, shoulders tremble as truths pass by on the way out. Soft anguish escapes due to dissolving strength. I let my armor down and weep into the trees. I cry aloud and free all that I have been bottling, holding, keeping to myself. As I open my eyes, all the while thanking the earth for her tolerance, her wind continues to talk to me, tell me that it hears me, that I am not alone among the trees. Again, I weep, becoming willow, hair escaping bonnet to also hug me. Sometimes I cry outside. The next one is called Trespassing. It's amazing who I find grazing in my grass. While perusing my property, I found a fool in my peppers, hopping about and ruining my crops, threatening to stuff him with his haze and nickname him Scarecrow. I shouted my protests from puffed chest, protected by my peculiar patchwork of greens. Refusing his offerings to perfect my harvest, he looked on quizzically. Lacking genius, he could not appreciate the complexity of my ecosystem. Thankfully, he got the hint and took his pesticides elsewhere. The last is called The Mask and the Maiden. The mask. My mouth is disrespectful. You can Google me. My alter identity still clickable, 8 search pages deep. Bring me your best, because I stay with mines in my teeth. I don't compete. If I do know it's me versus me. I'm not being conceited. This isn't a hey, look at me situation. I'm simply explaining why I resemble the wind, why you feel full around me, why your flowers stay watered. I'm just fucking saying. The maiden. I'm always running scenarios, surviving relationships well before I am ever in them. Another flaw. I figure us out while daydreaming in tangles of isosceles angles. I have been an algorithm many times. Another flaw. Unanswered questions, my only kryptonite, jiggling in my head like many green keys, many flaws. I am the only janitor on duty in this spirit. And trust me, the shit gets real in here. Thank you.
Yo, just when I was thinking Ray Jane is a genius, you said he was lacking genius. So that just confirms it. The word genius came at the same, was like,
Thank you. Thank you.
woo!
Here you can find me on itsrayjane.com. I'll put all my information in here. Be well, be good to yourselves.
You deserve all the flowers, Queen Ray Jane. Killing it.
Love you.
Love you. Look at that. Okay, we must move on. Ed, the fireman foreman, you gonna bring some fire and heat after the Queen Ray Jane is
of
complete?
Course, complete with that heat. If I could be so I can't be in defeat, so you could feel the fire blazing from your feet. All right, that was nice, Ray J. You're always better than okay. All right, my name is Edipo Tesla with Alien Feel Fantastic. Please get a time so you can draw a rhyme so you can feel sublime. But first, hola bonita, congratulations on your native ceremony. Always happy to see you bask in your glory. Another huge milestone in your story, a beautiful rose who will forever be in our poeticular history. All right, this is going, okay, this piece is adult. Don't want your kids' minds to halt. I'm warning you, it's not my fault, it's a world of insult. So this is a new shit I'm going to spit, so I hope it can satisfy your erotic misfits. This is called the erotic ocean. You slowly hop out of the water. You look so sparkly and moist. The temperature's getting hotter and hotter. The jokes are coming. I have no choice. This oral illustration will rain down on your body. I want to stir up a lustful storm. I want to become one with your sexual sea. Come closer so you can be more informed. My beautiful mermaid, I love to see your unique scales. I'm your captain. I'm here to claim my golden booty. Come, sweetie, let's be free and set sail, sailing towards the deepest depth of your coochie. I can smell your sweet scent in the air, your hair dangling in the heat. Let's quickly lay bare because we got tons of love to share. Let me spread the love towards your head, breast, pussy, ass, and feet. My warm hand slowly crease your breast. Your nipples are so erect. I can hear your murmur, yes, yes, yes. I want to give you a big O if I can be direct. My fingers go around and around in your pink cave like a cyclone. I can see your body sway and move as the passing tides. You're flapping like a fish lost in the unknown. How I love seeing your mouths and legs open wide. You quickly grab your sword. You play your sweet and alluring siren song. My consciousness was flying higher than any seagull or birds. You sing it long and strong. Time for me to sing a shanty of my own, sinking inside your pink typhoon. It always makes your heart sink like stone. It's almost time for a feisty and spicy monsoon. Watch how your clam opens wide, your pink pearl beneath the ocean. Looks like it's time for a feisty, spicy, and ticey ride. Sweetie, are you ready for your blowhole to have an explosion? Looks like it's time to batten down the hatches. My cannonball is ready to fire. Time to satisfy that pinching inch. Time to burn yours and mine's emerging desire. My ship ready, riding your pink changing seas. The waves going up and down. I felt so happy, blissful, and free. I heard the pink sea made so many sounds. I can feel the sea about to burst. I sail full speed ahead. I felt and saw the sea quickly dispersed. We didn't take a break, but instead, I sailed inside you all through the night, the sun sparkling a golden ray. We laid while holding each other tight as we sleep the deep blue euphoria away. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, that was a very pirate. I felt very on the seas.
I'm glad you know what I mean. That you saw
Thank
that side of
you,
me. Thank you, thank you,
Ed,
thank you.
the fireman foreman, putting it on the grill. All right. Poetastic. Poem-gasmic, says the real Nick P. And now we're going to go all the way to the Philippines with Indigo Pie.
Good morning.
Hi.
Hey. It is actually my first time at a Thursday night open mic. I'm usually on Mondays, so thank you for having me, La Bruja.
Well, welcome, welcome. Great to have you. I'm excited to hear you.
A bunch of my friends here. Okay. Disclaimer: the unit next to mine is undergoing renovation, so that's what that hammering is going. I was gonna perform something else entirely, and then I got moved by Bill's piece, and then Paul Fonteso was here and all of that. So instead, we're going with this. Tatawarin mo ako, mapaglarong isipan, mapapatawad mo ba ako, o sadyang makakalimutan ang mga sulat ko sa'yo. Will you be able to forgive me, or will you remember the letters that I wrote to you when I was angry? Will you be able to let go of every single bitter thing I ever said? But I just needed to yell at you. I needed to let it out. I couldn't keep all of that rage in my head, but now you're gone. You have walked away to a space where I cannot touch you, I cannot feel you, I cannot tell you. I just said that because I was mad. And to this day, 16 years later, I feel shit, makes me feel bad. But also, all feelings are valid. And so, sige, hayaan na lang natin. Isipin na lang natin na kaya mo pa akong patawarin. Kasi, ganito lang yun eh, dalawa lang yan. Mamimili ka lang. Bumubuhay tayo ng maayos o wala nang mangyayari. You will live alright or nothing else will happen. I don't know. The thing I know is that sa pagpumpas ng iyong kamay, aking landas, ginagabay. Every time you move your hand, whether it's to take someone else's or give or tell me off again, grandma, lola, abuela, I carry you with me. Even on the days we would get angry for my elbows on the dinner table, Even on the days when you told me I was dressing like my friends, like hooligans. Even on that one day, you swore up and down that if I did not put on that Chanel bag with that, I forget what designer dress, you would disown me. No granddaughter of mine looks like that. But I knew, and I know that somewhere inside that heart of yours you love me anyway. Grandma, Lola, Abuela, wherever you are, I hope you know that my teenage rage has long passed. Enter into that. I write, I speak, I share stories of things that have passed. These are stories that I will tell now. But with far less anger and far more care. I hope you know that I know you're watching me from up there, and I hope you know that I have only one thing in my heart now. Thank you. Gracias. Salamat. That's an ode to my grandmother.
Yes, Indigo Pie. Thank you so much. Your song, your tribute, and in your language, you're so beautiful. I haven't heard, poetry in Philippine, and so thank you so much. I don't know even what the name of the language is, so please teach me. Let me know. Put it in the chat, and thank you so much for sharing. Oh, Tagalog, is that what it is? Oh, beautiful. And blessings to your abuelita, my abuelitas. Boy, my formative poetry years was all about my abuelita. So, Tagalog, is it? With a J sound. Okay. Thank you, Indigo Pie. One of us, welcome into the Thursday nights. Thank you for being with us. And someone who's always willing to say one of us is Nick Paleo Logos, and let's unmute him.
Been a minute since I've last been on a Thursday. How you been, La Bruja?
Good, welcome. Good to see you.
It's great to see you too. Yeah, it's been a while since, like I said, been a while since I've been on a Thursday. But I was like, you know what? I gotta come by, spit some shit. It's Halloween time, so I mean, that's like Christmas. So
exactly.
I love it. So yeah. So I have some new shit actually. So new shit. And it relates to Halloween too. So here we go. We're gonna let this shit rip. This one's called "Make a Creature Out of My Doll Parts." I can be whatever you want me to be. On the 31st, I become a Soul Reaper, a Saiyan, an android, a spirit detective, a samurai, a demon, a Wolverine, all in a sitting. As I cloak, costume my body, mask the sadness, blur my soul a little more with each change, as I am not what you want to see. You have wanted me to be perceived, a different me. You want to receive as I bathe in bleach and vinegar, wash the vulgar from my mouth, leave a bitter aftertaste of trauma, use samurai shampoo, wash wig outs, ring out, wrung out, strummed out, don't call a doctor. I dressed up as a doctor for Halloween once. I know a thing or two about bumps and bruises. Halloween has always been my favorite time of year. It's my version of Christmas. The ghouls within come out and play as I have the Dragon Balls to reach zenith levels. As I cowboy bebop rocket ship past stars into space dandy seduction. Imagine me as Mugen, super samurai strength to protect the world, make magic gather, I break this philosopher's stone of full metal, the alchemist became a doctor, broken out of stone to human form, as I Frankenstein myself, add more hair, burn away the beard, replace my limbs and organs with wool and paper mache, add 2 milligrams of body dysmorphia, 5 milligrams of identity crisis. Mixed with this concoction, I fall in line with the character I animate, acclimate to the environment to construct the creature. When the day is over, everything extinguished, I lose the seams of the projected creature, reunite with myself. As I recall the past day, Halloween is not so hollow in my life. For that one day, I'm not me, I'm someone else, and I can appreciate me. Calendar turns to no shape.
Oh, yes, boo. Halloween. That was lit. Nick at Night, the real Nick P. Yo, you Frankenstein yourself. Your Dragon Balls, all that.
Lots of anime references in there and other stuff in there. So yeah, you all can follow me at my thing right there, the real Nick P on IG. I do have a feature coming up November 13th, so that'll be lit. 8 p.m. EST on Zoom with the word is right. So come through to that. You get to see more of not only this but other shit.
Yes, you doing it, Nick P. Thank you so much for that. Killing it in the spooky season that we all love. Okay, Catman Bill is up next. Let's see what you're bringing to the table tonight.
Hi, Brew. How are you?
Great to see you.
Nice to see you too, and everyone else. So before I perform a song, I found this poem a few years ago somewhere by a person named Rosemary Boehm, and I saved it and would read it periodically. And the song is based on, or the inspiration for from the poem, called Absence. Unquiet, furless animals. Her hands are comforting each other on light blue cotton and a piece of creamy silk. Still, there is beauty in her face, all folded in upon itself. Her eyes have found a focus in the Milky Way. Her ears are turned to broadcast from distant nebulae. Acknowledging my touch, she almost turns to me. Her puzzled voice is hesitant. And who are you? She looks at me with kindly eyes, smiles and keeps asking why. Am I someone she ought to know? Maybe just someone she used to know. There's beauty still remaining. She finds me entertaining. Ears turn to unheard words at last, anchored in some far off distant past. But who are you? She asks again. Are you my daddy or just a friend? Or are you my husband? No, mommy, I'm just your only son. She turns to me just one more time, puzzled by this voice of mine. Are you my daddy or just a friend? Yes, mommy, I know I am your friend. Thank you.
Thank you, Catman Bill. That was sweet. Super bluesy, man. Catman Bill. Okay, we're gonna keep it going, keep it flowing. Velvet Scruff is up next. Vasilios.
What's up, love? How you doing?
Doing good. Good to see you.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I've been I've been dark, like overall, just been real focusing on work and not writing too much, just real head in the tunnel type of daily motion shit. But I got some new shit.
New shit. We are here for it, and I'm so glad that you're with us.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to share. Thank you everyone for sharing your work, and I'll get it going. This is short. This one is called This Crusty Autumn Leaf is Low-Key Pretty. I have been quiet. Only I know how loudly that speaks. I want to stand as tall as a spruce, but I am not evergreen. I am muddier than that. Yellow-green, wilting. Orange now, curling into red, drying out, brown, brittle, break into dust. I let the wind decide my course and silently wait to be green again. And this next one, I don't know, it's like more or less a poem, and it's like a rant and a discovery than it is a poem, but here it goes. Throwback to a budget rent-a-car service center where somewhere in bum-ass Tampa. I was about 7 to 8 years old when I gained a deep understanding of the world and the way it was going to function. Daddy's at the window, smooth talking the teller because Mr. Man loved letting other people smell his testosterone. I'm over by the window, the big glass window, basking in natural light, watching cars zoom down the highway, or maybe it was a road. I don't know. It's weird in Florida. New York City, this would be a fucking highway. I am bored. I mosey over to the toddler table to browse my options. Oh, yay, 3 wooden blocks of different shapes, circle, square, triangle, fit them through the holes, as if those were the only 3 shapes nature offered. What if the circle feels like going through the triangle's tunnel today? I'd be wrong for trying to fit it in, right? Circle doesn't belong there. That's bullshit. Turn to the right. Oh my God. A motherfucking bead maze. You don't know what that is? That's okay. I didn't either before writing this, but thank you, Google. It's colorful. It's that game where wooden beads are like hooked onto metal rods and they have all these bright colors and swirly shapes. It's like in every like pediatrician's office. I know you remember that shit. They would go back and forth. And I like to think of those beads on people like as if they were people on a roller coaster or just people moving through life on the daily. It's fun for a while. The beads pass by the, excuse me. It's fun for a while to start because the circle bead passes by the star-shaped bead and gives the little triangle-shaped bead a kiss along the way. Woo, down the dip and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. It's like they wanted me to know from young that the road may whirl and thrill and twirl, but it is fixed. Circle in circle, triangle in triangle, square in square. Fast forward. I took a woodshop class to carve out more paths in case I felt like being a fucking dodecahedron today. I grew strong to snap those fucking rods out of place and set those beads free. Fuck a fixed destiny. Thank you.
Ooh. Thank you. Yes. Well, I hope that being with us lifts your spirit and brings light into your world because you are light. Don't let nothing get you down, boo. I know it's hard, you know, but you are loved and you are fire. Okay, so Anthony Miziano is gonna close out just for the secured list. I just posted up the other list, but Anthony, you there?
I am here. Are you there?
I am somewhere.
There you are. Wait, is that? Yeah, that's you. Yes, that's you. I thought you were the painting. I thought you were trapped in the portrait of, I think, you behind you. Is that you?
It is. It is.
Yeah,
it is.
That's humble brag. I like it. I like it. I actually have a portrait of myself over my bed at night so that when my wife is making love to me and she's on top, I can just see me and feel safe. You know, just secure. Anyway, no. Actually, I don't think I have any photos of me in my apartment. I have other problems. Okay, so let's do a poem. Here it goes. Okay. Who called me a nutcase? I am. All right, here it goes. They say you have to play to win in this game while I keep plate spin in, run and round while my heart feels tired, wired, caffeine, I might expire. Is the race one I can escape or am I doomed just to make a break for? Doors I'm floored how they pour excuses, flood the board, drop the drawers, infuse this core with more from the store of liars, take all their shit and I might expire. I am at the end of what I can pretend to love and recommend when I just went out, clear all my thoughts with a shot or a hit shit. What's it about? They say you have to play some more, yet this game is a wheel and forget. Getting off, it just keeps you racing, tracing memories you keep replacing with the mantra to earn and make some coin and greed you yearn and pour the sour more each hour. Drink it, you whore, you don't roar with power. You're forlorn because you mourn, it churns and turns in your gut when your soul's devoured. I gotta bust out the rat race and self-doubt because what this is about, I can't keep it up. Fake it and make it, no fuck it, I'm taking back. Keeping it real till my shift is up. They say you have to play to win in this game, but I'm just beginning to accept that it's all some bullshit. You can get off anytime you want. Thank you.
Oh, bars. Anthony Misiano. Killing it, man. You
thank
can
you,
get
thank
off anytime that you want and get the phone. Great job, man.
Thank you. And short, I'm out. Look at that. Time for people.
You killed it. Thank you. Because I did
Thank
just
you
put
very
a whole lot of names on the list that was very, very, you dropped it. It was fire.
And I'm out.
I feel like it was hot. Anthony Miziano, super talented, man. Thank you so much. Okay. So now, when I used to do this live, right? When I would be at the New York Poets Cafe, I would call this the suicide round. I want it to be tight. I'm going to give everybody 2 minutes because I put everybody on the list that were asked to be on. So Marilee Johnson is first.
Thank you, La Bruja. I appreciate it. So 5 short haikus from me tonight. Pug balks, leash is taut. Owner calls it quietly, trying to save face. Well, what are your goals for these therapy sessions? Will time up yet? Age spots or freckles? Where will wrinkles appear next? New A word, aging. 16-year-old niece bemoans her age. Time writ large on driver's license. Old man laughs on phone. Let's have Geritol spritzers. Yes, kick age's butt. Thank you.
Yes, Marilee. I love that. Where will they appear next? Woo! Thank you so much. All right, you did it. Now
thanks.
Going. You're welcome. Okay, Haley, let's go. Drop it.
Okay, I'm gonna have to do this as quick as I can because this is a slow poem. This is called "I Wonder Why Pain Symbolizes Beauty." I wonder why pain symbolizes beauty, only to learn pain is beauty in the most powerful ways, and I was that. I wonder why home was somebody until I felt like 4 walls and a roof was no longer like home until somebody made me feel that. I wondered why my walls weren't damaged or torn because the rose crawling around my body has stool thorns because my cage no longer let my wings lift out off the floor. And I wonder why I couldn't see them. I couldn't see the beauty behind the pain, and I realized I was a pen becoming empty When I felt the pen heavy, scared to live, but too scared to die. And I always wonder why my pain wouldn't go away. But as the wind keeps continuing to sway day to day, nothing has changed. The anxiety behind the smile and the black mask I wear every day. Still, nobody realizes that the pain in everybody's face, holding someone's hand never got a chance. Wave to somebody, always use the second hand. See, I've got this all planned out with no worry. I have no doubt. I practice my pain in the mirror so nobody has to deal with it. I hold my breath and count to 10 because nobody knows my can and can'ts. I wonder why my wounds stay in my mind but not on my skin. And I'm growing tired is my thing. I sit until I'm tired of my own mind. And the things that go on in my head get left unseen and unread. And I'm tired of my own mistakes because of that unneeded risk takes. Take one, take two. Someone said black was a color to determine a soul. But what if I had a change of heart? And I held out my hand to trust, but you showed me otherwise. The world showed me pain at such a young age. And I forgot what love was. If I'm supposed to follow my heart, which piece do I follow? Because you broke it in front of me on the floor. Maybe your I love yous were goodbyes, but I didn't realize it. And I wondered why butterflies couldn't see the beautiful color on their wings, but maybe it symbolizes character. And we can't see our colors because we don't try, but nobody notices the pain in anybody's eyes because the good people aren't allowed to have a heart, or it gets broken, not healed by the bandages used to glue us back together. The words and thoughts caught in my throat and stuck in my head. Mistakes after mistakes when everybody notices you, and living in a perfect world where tears don't exist. I painted my heart red to cover up the scars and the cracks so that it will beat more. And I try to cover up my eyes so nobody notices my lies, but that's already done. Check one.
Come on.
All right. Because I no longer understood the definition of love. And I'm glad I didn't, because my script is no longer printed because I no longer have a script.
Woo! Yes, Haley. Yes, Haley, you did that shit. Woo! All right, Jorge Biaggi, let's go.
Hola, can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Yo, my name is Jorge Biaggi. I'm from UMass Amherst. I just found out the New York Cafe like last week, and I wanted to join, so here I am. This is a poem I wrote from the perspective of Santa Cecilia, Saint Cecilia, the patron saint of music, and I wrote it about Puerto Rico. My mom is from Trujillo Alto, and my dad's from Arecibo, and so that's what's going on here. Listen, breathe and listen. Wepa! A passion beat, the battery of a drum roll, and the blaring of a trumpet, loud deep in the valleys below, the holiest choir of people's music, blasting from the open windows of a bouncing Boricuan car. The rumble is a beat, the familiar rhythm of pulsating drums and screaming synths. It is an ode to freedom and volume, bombastic sound in shaking car speakers. The quick scratches of a vinyl and the loud tongues of roaring rap lyrics speak like horns of fire engulfing. With heart, they tell the stories of home and of hustle, of people and of person, of loneliness and of loving. With the roaring echoes and passionate power, their own anthems yell, "Tu eres guasa guasa," or "Cuéntale." These are victory chants, battle hymns, tradition, and algo. Though some ears they turn, and many will scream back in agitation, they are simply fearful of the sound of freedom ringing, afraid of the power, afraid of the difference, afraid of the meaning, of an island-born love of vibration. But the fearful, they've forgotten something, forgotten el sentido that these rhythms bring, and sadly, they never realize they live lives worth leading, often bother each other. So listen, stand and listen to what exactly these massive hymnals mean to me. I was born in the land of grapevine and olive oil, the fragrance of nobility, not an unfamiliar. I was raised into a life of power and prestige and beauty, but I chose the path of sackcloth for faith. The humility frightened my parents who had me married off. But in my own piety, I prayed to prove my husband a person of civility, his body christened by my own request. He was enlightened and remained honorable, and in sheer adulation of our devotions, I sang. Our wedding ceremony was run of witches, clanging chalices and overflowing drink. But in the midst of festivity, in the heart of sheer warmth and intimacy, I heard it. First, it was the timbre of a voice, rich and clear, singing the sweet praise of a blue sky above and a brown earth below. Then came the shrill ring of a symphony of spring, carrying bold plucks and waves of awe-inspiring, luscious vibration. It was shameless, liberated, violent, and free. It held volume, sweaty passion, and vocal significance. It was sound, symphony, and praise fried into one. Loud, filthy, and fun rhythms of lifeblood and self. It was, in essence, divine.
Yes. All right, Jorge. You did that shit, boo. Yes. All right. Okay. We keep it going. Keep it going. Next. Oh my gosh. Michelle. Ortiz, unmute. Let's go.
Hi. Okay, so this is new shit, so bear with me because I literally wrote it a day ago at 3 a.m. Haven't looked at it since. Okay, let's go. Okay, so I want all the words, want the words to find a home in all the space my silent emotions burned into my spirit. I want all the words. I want rampage and blood and rivers of forgiveness and hollow valleys of hope, mighty volcanoes of phobias and all the words. I want my vowels to build prayers that cathedrals are made out of. Maybe, just maybe, I need all the words, need my teeth to rip through them, my bilingual tongue to latch onto every syllable, my lips to exaggerate every accent as each definitive, intentional word contorts its way out of it. I want all the words. I want the big words and the strong words, the words that climb up your spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. I want the words that hurt, the words that sing, the words that heal and burn. I want words that extinguish other words. Because maybe if I have all the words, I can fix this. I can fix you. I can fix me. I figure if I sacrifice them at your feet, you'll find reason enough to pour salvation into me. And I can create mountains out of molehills that will make room enough for you to grow.
Woo! Yes, Michelle, you did that shit, boo. Yes. Thank you. All right, Julia, let's go.
Hello. Okay. Selena has left and donated her time, so if it's possible, I'm going to absorb it because this poem I wrote last night after I threw up from crying so hard, and I've never done that before in my life, and I'm ready to give you this epic poem. So here it comes. All right. I'm trying not read too fast, but fast enough that it's all fitting. This is called I Tend to Hold On to Things After They've Died. There is an experiment in quantum physics called Schrodinger's cat. The idea is this. A cat is put in a box, and in the box is a bottle of poison connected to a radioactivity detector, along with a radioactive sample. If a particle from the sample hits the detector, the poison is released and the cat dies. If it doesn't, the cat lives. So when you open the box, you see a dead or an alive cat. But when the box is closed, the cat exists in a state where it is both alive and dead. The conclusion is made concrete when you force yourself to view it. You think it's a 50-50 chance, but my whole life, my cats have all been dead. I was born to 2 boxes, felt no movement, kept them closed. All my friends opened theirs early and got spry kittens out. I peeked inside of mine and saw 2 corpses, so I shut the lid and carried around the boxes, pretending I didn't look. Until age 12, when I dropped one, and age 20, when I finally let go of the other. And every time I was handed a new box, new, shiny, pristine, big, heavy box, I was afraid to open it because I knew the cat inside might be dead. So I carried them around until the cardboard rotted and the lids fell off. And once again, I was confronted with the fact that I was just carrying a rotting body. Even then, I tried to carry the corpses in my bare hands until they started to kill me too. It felt like I'd never get a live one. And then I met you when I was carrying Virginia's box, deadest cat I'd ever seen other than my mother. And you were a box, no different from the rest, not a standout, small, light, unassuming. And I added you to the collection I had, and a little seed of hope started to sprout. Schrodinger's relationship. Does he love me? Does he love me not? Every time I feel a vibration, a little tap in my hands, I think perhaps it's alive this time, but too afraid to open your box, so I held on to the hope so that I could keep going. Taps turned to sounds, turned to meows, and scratching. The cat must be alive. Everyone telling me to open the box. I hold it against my cheek at night to fall asleep to the soft meowings of life. These subtle sounds got me through the darkest streaks of boxes holding rotten cats. I'd sit with you in front of me and fantasize taking the lid off and having a kitten jump out at me and settle into my arms like everyone else's did. Finally, I thought, this is the one. It finally happened for me. I started noticing things, the box feeling heavy at times, weird smells that I recognized, but they were so faint and the meows so frequent that I told myself they were normal. You promised me a cake on my birthday, but forgot even though I got you one. You kicked me out of our summer living arrangement after living with me for 1 year. You told me you became my friend because I was useful when it came to organic chemistry. Little dead things mixed among the, I'll be your family, I'll be there, you won't be alone, you have me. mixed among the coming with me to New Jersey to make sure she doesn't kill me when I get my passport, and listening to me cry at 2 a.m. when I remember the torture and abuse and I'm scared to go to court, listening to me tell you about my rapes, which I'd never told anyone about before, and I almost told you about the ocean, and you looked at me like a live cat. You looked at me, and I felt life and scratches and meows open the box. What goes up must come down, but I thought I'd went up with you, so we come down together and go up again, but actually you'd stayed on the ground. What goes up must come down, still sleeping with the box against my cheek, smelling weird things, ghosting me for a month in July and gaslighting me about it today, really? And then admitting to it then and promising you'll change, then betting I have FOMO and apologizing when I ran, ditching me and making plans with others when you finally got the job I told you you'd get, inviting me as an afterthought to the bar, and me getting incredibly drunk just so that I could forget the anxiety and convince myself that you love me. The cat, I had a panic attack when your rapey friends started saying rapey things and victim blaming women. You did nothing for half an hour and left me there to hang out with him. Couldn't be bothered to text or call. I had to apologize to you. Box is heavy. So I lifted the lid, and I don't know if it was a trick of the light, the wind, or some sort of throes of death like agonal breathing. Sometimes dead bodies have air left in them and let it out days later, but I saw movement. You said you'd cut him off. Sorry, I'm almost done. I'm getting there. I'll be as fast as I can. You said you'd cut him off. I smelled death. You cried and told me I was inconvenient, and told me you were an attention whore and a bad person, and asked me to make you feel better with your eyes. I saw movement. You said you think about me every day and that I was too good for you. I saw movement. I smelled death, but I saw movement. So I put the lid back on and waited 2.5 weeks. I tried to open it earlier, but something inside held the lid shut. Okay. So I waited, and the box stopped moving and got heavier. No text from you on Saturday, and I had to chase you after I told you the onus was on you to chase me now. Box is heavier, smell is overwhelming, but I saw movement. So I held on for 2.5 weeks. I held on, getting nauseous from the smell at night. Box still against my face, sometimes at the foot of my bed, but I had hope. It's finally Wednesday. I took the day off from work because I knew I'd be fucked up. I was going to tell you that I love you and ask you how you felt so that I could know if there's anything here worth fighting for. Finally, 5:30 p.m. I got on the train. 6:10, I walked into Pupin. 6:15, I found you and sat down, and you had all these papers. And suddenly the lid of the box bust open. I can't be in this friendship. Friendship? Okay. It pains me to say, yes, that's how you started it. Something in between. Your ultimatum. Oh, the one that you agreed to, that I asked, are you sure, again and again about. The one where you looked me in the eyes and told me it was your choice. The one where you cried and said that the stakes were too high for you to lose me. The one where you said you wanted me and that I was your choice over the rapist. The one where you said you'd cut him off for me. I can't do it because I care about him too much. Your voice skips as you say his name, but I care about you, but I have to cut you off. So you can't cut him off because you care about him, but you can cut me off even though you care about me. There's a lie in there somewhere. You've known him for 1 year. You've known me for 3. He isn't even kind to you. He's a rapey misogynist. He's a racist. My choice. Stakes too high. You're too good for me. I think about you every day. You said I used up all of your emotional capacity and that you were made uncomfortable, that I confronted you about abandoning me that night because I made you feel like you were walking on eggshells and that I was now scary and that you couldn't sleep. And so you can't be in this friendship. You read it to me like a notarized letter. Then you sat there and I cried. And I asked why I wasn't good enough. And you said something I don't remember. And then you gaslit me about July and told me that you didn't understand why I needed so much attention and why you couldn't just treat me like one of your casual party friends. And I cried and you stared and I grasped straws in my brain. And you told me that you told all your friends about this upcoming conversation. Brilliant. And you told me that you hope I find someone who understands my trauma and can give me what I need. Fuck you. And you told me that you never felt anything about me. For me, you were the person. I guess I was just a person. Was I ever the person for you? No. Immediately. You never felt anything. I was just another in your harem of people that you said the right things to because the person's reaction made you feel good. And you don't get why I'm asking for more. And then I left. But before I left, I said, I tend to hold on to things after they've died. Then I turned around and dropped the cat. You, the dead cat. And I left with no box this time. I'm sorry, that was really long. Thank you for listening.
Yes, Julia. I wanted to hold space for you and honor, your feelings, your pain. Stay strong. We're here for you and you're brilliant. I see. Let's go.
All right, I'm gonna get into this. I got 2. I'll be real quick. First one's called I'm So Tired. Heavy as the head held in my hands over an empty cup of coffee that may as well have been decaf. No energy to move, yet circling thoughts racing through my mind. One more thing I can't trust. How do you run away from yourself? Nowhere to go. You've got to face it head on toward that bright light, feeling like a chicken with its head cut off. Can't see, can't feel, can't hear, moving in instinct, living in fear, going as fast as I can. I'm doing the best that I can. I don't know why it's so hard or why you expect it to be easier for me. This is my truth, not my friend, but it'll be here with me until my inevitable end. And then quickly, my second one is called When Will They Create a Vaccine? Are you listening to me? Excuse me. Anyone listening, tell me the cure from lurking through that dimly lit door, causing, because maybe the shelf, excuse me, I'm sorry, from lurking through that dimly lit door, because maybe the shelf, that's where I'll find peace, a piece of cake, a piece of steak, and some potatoes. Ooh, a piece of cake. It's so easy to stop, but I'll just have a little more. It tastes so good and I'm not yet sore. It'll be okay. It's only a little bit, a bit here, a bit there. Okay, now I'll quit. Stop picking from that dish and pile it on deep to cover me up. Don't let the hurt seep. Bury it deeper with some wings in those thighs. Okay, another piece of pie. But this time ice cream, maybe some fudge. It'll be okay. The elastic will budge. Just fill in the emptiness with another bite. Don't fight it now. It's almost out of sight. Pass the rabbit down my pie hole. Let's go to the cabinet and get me a bowl. I don't even like cereal, but that's all I've got left to push down the trauma and torment in my chest. Finally feeling full and ready for tomorrow, but wake up in the morning feeling nothing but sorrow. So this is how it is. Another day begins with a quick trip to the door of my dimly lit friend. Thank you.
Woo! Right on the mark. I see. Thank you so much. You did that shit. All right, Melody, let's go.
Hey, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Bring it. Thank you, love. So I got some new shit I'm going to spit for y'all today. It's called Ancestral Blood to These Hands. I am a child of prophecy, a prodigy, if you will, protected by my ancestors as they walk beside me still. This ancestral blood that runs through my veins, constantly being reminded from whence my family came. I am proud. I'm that proud Dominibori born and raised in the great boogie down Bronx. I got that caramel colored skin and my luscious curly wavy locks with the swag and physique that make other people's jaws drop. I have the hands of my grandmother, veiny yet tough. We worked so hard to build a foundation, yet feels like it's never enough. And yet her hands, my hands, are these hands mine? These hands that guide my pen across my paper, these hands, are these hands that were bestowed upon, are these the hands that were bestowed upon me by my ancestral spiritualists to write of how once things used to be, so calm and hate-free? The childhood memories that take a moment away from the everlasting stress of the earlier day. I just want to go away to that place of eternal beauty, where the water is clear and the sun burning bright, and all because flashback over back to reality where everything is and all as it should be. And yet through all the times, whether good or bad, I never stopped writing, pen never left my hand. Yet these hands, these 10 hands from the Caribbean island, these hands that wrote 1,000 sorrows, these hands, are these hands truly mine? I would hope so, yes. The way it holds the pen and glides it across the paper, each lettering, each script, the beauty of such penmanship. Are these hands truly mine? These hands that moved 1,000 mountains as the clouds opened up the sky today. These hands. Thank you.
Melody. And these hands are clapping for you, Melody. You did that shit. All right. Now to close out La Tormenta. Let's go, Amanda.
Oh my God, I'm last? What the fuck? Okay, I got some erotic shit because I'm drunk as fuck. So we're gonna get real nasty real quick before we close up the night. All right, chocolate dick. Don't laugh. I love all of you. Okay, chocolate dick.
The first time you came in my ass, I knew you were created by God to live there. I went to church, so I knew to do a bright-eyed Kegel exercise the split second you slipped yourself inside. Coconut oil straight from the motherland had us way too close to creating a couple's OnlyFans. The first time you came in my ass, I knew I would be team no kids long after this pandemic. I went to church, so I knew to give thanks to the elders before me. Being called an offering is cute, but one lick out of you and I metamorphized. I, the most devious deity, and on this side, we don't even do labels. We can take this audience on a trip back in time to when that chocolate dick was all mine. Esta fresa, esta fresca, esta friquitona. You ain't think we'd get through this without my demonic island tongue, did you? Ripe fruit on top of my cuca is the only way it's done. My pum pum peach greets your super plump sugar plum, a boricua smoothie, and then some. An ancestral gift from the spirits above, a reminder that lust can erupt from love. Our homemade films greet us in our dreams like an astral matrimony until my ass falls in your lap, waking you up for round 3. Because yes, we love sleep, but what we love more is you finding your soul inside me. Your freedom is held in this divine timing, so I promise you can try anything on me. I promise you can bust wherever you please. I promise you can get behind the scenes. I promise you VIP. I promise no bitch makes you cream this vigorously. But now it's time to get stupid nasty. Since you don't think my lack of limits is trashy, since I know about the toys under the bed, waiting to smash me into smithereens, the ice cubes for numbing cream, the nipple clamps dangling off the lamp, the pillows under my back as a ramp for you to ram into me at the perfect angle. The permission to use my hands that I don't have, let alone my arms and legs, the way you make me beg just to count the different things I can do with this voice, the choice to rub my temples as you pull my hair from the root, the one time I'm not mad that you're a professional. Not only do I always come before you, but you know when I'm coming before I do. You studied me, not like an object, not like a passion project, but someone worth the passion in between your outlaw season, my treason of treasure. I love you no better than I love myself. A bookshelf tucked away just for me. And wildly before you, I was anti-monogamy. But this bed holds all of my memories, and I will live them out to the death of me. Thank you.
All right, now we can all go smoke a cigarette. Yo, and that is Thursday night online open mic. I'm loving the way we're doing this. I'm glad I brought the suicide round into this because the shit was to die for. Everybody brought it. I love you all so much. Thank you so much. I hope to see you next week. Let everybody know that we doing it like this on Thursday nights because I just love just the voices. Everybody gets a chance and I just live for that. You all deserve to be heard and I am here for it. Feel the blessings. Just feel it. Feel the blessings in life. And I know when the moments are dark, it may seem like the blessings aren't there, but believe me, when you forget, go to YouTube and rewatch this shit so you can feel it all over again. All right? Because the shit is real. Love you. New Eureka Post Cafe, Thursday night online open mic. I'm La Bruja. Blessings. Buenas noches. Good night.